that had this happened to me, that Pam would have did the same for me.
That's all for this edition of Dateline. We'll see you again next Friday at 9, 8 Central. And of course, I'll see you each weeknight for NBC Nightly News. I'm Lester Holt. For all of us at NBC News, good night.
NBC4 News at 11 starts with breaking news.
And that breaking news is happening in historic South Central, where police are investigating a deadly hit and run. Eliana Moreno live overhead for us in News Chopper 4. Eliana.
Carolyn, we're less than a mile to the east of USC, just off of Hill and 33rd Street, where at about 10:20, a vehicle struck a pedestrian just outside of a music studio and then fled the scene, leaving that victim to die on the sidewalk. Now, at this point, the age and gender of that victim are unknown, and there's also no description of the driver, but officers from the LAPD's Newton Division do have at least a partial description of the vehicle that was involved. It is described as a silver sedan that was seen fleeing northbound towards downtown Los Angeles. Now, this is going to be a lengthy investigation. They have Hill Street shut down from Jefferson to 32nd. That is the latest here from South LA. In News Chopper 4, I'm Eliana Moreno. Let's send it back down to you in the studio.
Eliana, thank you. The bumps and bruises don't even begin to tell the story of what happened to this 84-year-old woman. She was beaten, knocked out, and dragged right outside her home in East LA. And tonight we're learning police believe her attacker is the same man accused in multiple other attacks and sexual assaults in the last week. NBC4's Darsha Phillips joins us from the newsroom now with her story. Darsha.
Yeah, Carolyn, Sergio Andrew Garcia, a serial apartment complex.
The man viciously attacked her and was physically assaulting her till she lost consciousness.
That man, LA County sheriffs say, is 21-year-old Andrew Sergio Garcia, the same man wanted for attacking and sexually assaulting 67-year-old Rosalina Martinez and at least 4 other women in this area.
He's just a sick man. I mean, attacking elderly women.
LA police and LA County sheriffs have linked Garcia to these assaults, attacking multiple women, including Rosalina Martinez in front of her home on Fraser Street. Garcia is caught on camera in that attack, and sometime that morning he strikes again.
As she lost consciousness during the attack, he dragged her somewhere that way to a different space.
Angelica was beaten so badly she had to spend several days in the hospital and underwent surgery on her jaw.
It's sad because she could be anyone's grandmother. She's 84 years old, and it's awful to see that.
And detectives say they believe Garcia may be linked to even more attacks on women.
He needs to be put away. That's all I can say. He's sick.
Now, detectives say Garcia is considered dangerous and asks the public to not approach him. If you know Garcia's whereabouts, you are asked to contact police. Live in the newsroom tonight, I'm Darsha Phillips, NBC4 News.
Thanks, Darsha. Well, 22 people still cannot return to their homes in Hollywood. Flames ripped through their apartment building last week, and now their temporary housing is about to expire. NBC4's Robert Kovacic has their stories for us tonight. Robert.
And Carolyn, we are here on Hollywood Boulevard. These are put them.
We are being told the buildings will now be condemned.
Last week, what the LAFD called a major emergency, a fire on Hollywood Boulevard.
My place was completely destroyed.
Hours later, as apartment buildings smoldered, SAG declared strike. Union members Cam Yarn, Nikki, Elizabeth, and Alejandro suddenly